Right now, we're in a period of great economic uncertainty. But when we start thinking about how to get fixes to get the economy started again, we have to be a little more careful than we've been in the past. Everything we know in economics says the return on investment in people, especially very young people, very, very high. It's hard to miss the fact that we're a divided country. For sure, inequality has increased in the United States. We're talking now about in Chicago, in New York, in Toledo, in every city in America, groups of people who are living different worlds. They may drive the same roads, but they're living in different worlds, and those worlds are getting farther and farther apart. More and more Americans are now realizing they're not going to have the middle class dream. We don't offer a real chance at everything. If we deny opportunity, if we don't become more educated, we are going to fall behind. What you're going to find is a growing gap and a productivity gap. We're not going to be competitive. The dimension of success in American life has been the test score, the IQ test score in particular. Should that be the main measure of a person? No. It's important, but there are other skills that are just as important. These are the non-cognitive skills, sometimes called soft skills, that have to do with sociability, the ability to communicate, to get along with others, the ability to have self-control. You've probably heard about the famous test of Walter Mischel, the marshmallow test. He gave these little kids marshmallows and said, here's a marshmallow, you can have it. Now, if you're willing to wait, say 20 minutes, you will get a second marshmallow, but you have to wait to eat the first marshmallow to get the second marshmallow. So some of the kids couldn't wait, they ate the marshmallow, others waited. 20 years later, Mischel follows them up. The ones who waited for the marshmallow, what happened to them? Higher test scores, they graduate high school, they go on to college, they're successful in a number of dimensions. But there are strong biological evidence, strong neuroscientific evidence that suggests that early childhood conditions determine, to a degree that we didn't realize before, the later success of a person. And so what we learn is that if we give the base early on, it becomes much easier to invest, to teach, and to motivate later on. Early investment is giving people the early background that we know supports success among those who do succeed in the larger society. The technology of the 21st century is one that requires high skills, requires math, requires computer knowledge, it requires communication skills. So if you're interested in improving the workforce of next century, what you will do is actually build skills, build the motivations, build the incentives that make people able to participate in the larger society. Right now, a lot of economists don't have a clue of what's going on. I mean, a lot of economists, and probably me included. But when we start thinking about how to get fixes to get the economy started again, we have to be a little more careful than we've been in the past. We have a big emphasis now on potholes, infrastructure it's called. What happens for most of these proposed projects is when they're evaluated, they either have low or zero rates of return. There are many projects out there, but few have the rate of return of early childhood investments, offering 10% annual rate of return. So for the same dollars, you can actually invest by training teachers and training children. But what comes out of it is a reduction in crime, the promotion of schooling, the fact that we're going to get a more skilled workforce in the future. This is not just speculation. This is not, I represent no lobby group. It's a piece of analytical work. And so in that sense, this should be a favored project by anybody, whether or not the Republican or Democratic or any other party line. You could essentially both simultaneously reduce inequality and increase productivity in the society by investing in early childhood programs.